Then I don't have to enter everything manually, but when he uses the same one I'm on, I got to fuck with it.
I can't wait till I have my cool comic book backdrop like you guys do.
What cool comic book backdrop?
Oh, I don't know.
Yay, we're cool.
No, I think he was talking about Isaac.
Yeah.
No, I was talking about you guys too.
Oh,
However, keep in mind my standard for cool is really low. So
we know.
Wait, Hank, that was us.
all my friends are cool. My mom says we're cool.
We'll tell her thank you for calling us cool.
No, she meant me and the guys.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
What a jerk.
I'm kidding. I said, hey, my friends have businesses. That comic store owns. Yeah, she's not too happy with having 15 long boxes in the living room right now.
Dad's getting excited that he's not going to have all of that stuff in his living room.
Yeah, that's gonna be big for him for sure. Poor guy.
Well, at least there's more of a clear path to get to where he needs to go. So,
Like the restroom to the kitchen, you know,
when he's
stuff that we
stumbling
take
through the dark.
things we take for granted.
You mean to go outside?
Yeah.
He's going to start creating little forts for Lucas to play in with the comic boxes.
John's said the Vietnamese has him high as a kite.
No, we went and he got coffee today at the Almond House, and yeah, he got the Vietnamese coffee. And
yeah, that shit's good, yo.
if you're not ready for it, Tyler tried to kill me twice by getting me that, not telling me, and putting espresso shots in it on top of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, didn't I tell you that when we got the Lee's coffee at Costco, I thought that one of those whole things was a single serving. Turns out it's 3 servings in that one container. Dear God, I was like, yeah.
I'm jacked up on Mountain Dew.
I'm gonna jump at you like a spider monkey.
Anarchy. I don't know what it is, but I like it.
What is it that we're screaming? I don't know, but it sounds cool.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry. I can't hold my tongue any longer. The way you raising my grandsons, you better shut your mouth, Chip.
Yeah, Chip.
The only thing you ever did was create a hot daughter.
I like when the kids call him, they call him Chip. Like they really get it, Chip.
I chucked a bunch of grandpa's Chip old war medals into the river.
Oh, all right, you ready, guys?
Yeah.
Live, we're doing it. Jose, whenever you start, that's when we'll start.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome. Today I am, your proud host for Late to the Party. This week we had the blessed opportunity to watch one of the most overwhelmingly underrated movies of all time. And let me see if Josh is shaking his head. Yes, he is. So this is going to be a good one. Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and what it's going to become: the Comic Cave and Late to the Party and Collection Connection versus Josh. This movie tanked at the box office, had a $60 million budget, and it only made back, I believe, $45 million. Directed by Edgar Wright, and it stars what's his name, Michael Cera, and I forgot everybody else's name. Oh, Chris Evans is in it. Brie Larson is in it. The girl that plays Ramona is in it.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
There you go, dude. I don't know. I remember. That's too many names,
Audrey
man.
Plaza.
Superman's in
Culkin's
it.
little brother.
That's right. Andrew Kendrick was in it.
Kieran Culkin.
Here, there you go. One of the Culkin brothers is in it. I go. If you guys
Nick
are fan
from
of
The
them,
Office.
yeah. The point is, it was a pretty star-studded event. But like I said, I've always found this movie really, really interesting because it tackles two very difficult things to make adaptations for. Number one is comic books and graphic novels, and number two is video games. And somehow Edgar Wright felt that it was on him to mush these two things together. And I don't know. I feel like the majority of people that have seen this movie absolutely love it, but it's very few. I've talked to a couple people, and whenever I bring up, oh yeah, I've heard about it, but I've never watched it. So is this anybody's first time watching it, or how are all you guys multiple viewings already?
We're all seasoned vets on this one.
Okay.
I've seen it at least 12 times.
Dang.
So we can go on and on about what's so cool about it, but what I just kind of want to maybe talk a little bit about what do you think it was about this movie that made it, unsuccessful as far as like a box office goes? Because I feel like this is a classic, but obviously the numbers don't lie. It didn't do that well, and I kind of want to explore that a little bit. So with that said, I want to open it up with Josh. Josh, you were shaking your head and you were saying when I was mentioning it was I believe it was underappreciated. What did you think of the movie first and foremost?
Well, this was the second time that I saw it. I think I saw it in the theater originally when it first came out, and my comment after finishing the movie was that it was better than I remembered it. I don't know what it was about the first time that I watched it that I didn't enjoy it that much. And it really, I don't have any complaints about it. Maybe people weren't used to Michael Cera's kind of humor or something, because he's kind of except for the fight scenes, he's kind of flaccid and wimpy and that sort of thing. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was just ahead of its time. But it really didn't miss a beat too much. I don't have very many complaints about it, really.
Okay. So you do believe it was ahead of its time. Maybe that's one of the reasons why it didn't do so well at the box office.
I think that's possible. I think it could be ahead of its time that way. I can't think of anything else that really would have dragged it down. By today's standards, it's still funny. And part of the amusement too is seeing a lot of these actors that we've come across in other film franchises before they were amazing or annoying.
Liz.
Yes.
As I mentioned earlier, this being a comic book adaptation with some elements of video games sprinkled into it, how do you have you read the comic series?
I have not. This is one of the few ones that I have. I flipped through it when we would get copies in at the stores that I worked at and stuff, but I never really sat down to read it. And after this, I've seen it half a dozen times. I used to have it playing it in the stores every now and then. Now I want to go and read it and see how much they took from the graphic novel and put it into the movie.
Okay.
Well, the beginning of the movie is like shot of like the book.
Because I can imagine that a lot of that, the way that it looked like it was directed, that it was almost like it was probably something done like that, where it was almost like the graphic novel is kind of like the storyboard for what happens in the movie type thing.
No. All right. Lego.
What's up?
What up, my resident cave drawer? I just wanted to get your take, man, and see if you appreciate it, or what was your whole takeaway with the whole, because Edgar Wright created something visually like badass. I think that even though we got some CGI in there, I read and I've seen multiple behind the scenes takes where he did use a lot of practical effects sort of mixed into it. But what was your take on the lighting? The way he used lighting behind a lot of those dudes, like the way like over it. He created a lot of shadows. How did you think? What was your? Did you catch that? Did you have any? What was your favorite thing visually about this movie?
Yeah, I think all the lighting, all the coloring, it all played really, really well. It created a really compelling environment. And I was thinking about it while I was rewatching it this time, and I noticed a lot of things from the it's what was it, whatever the new Spider-Man movie was with the Morales.
Oh, Edge of Spider-Verse or
Yes.
Enter the Spider-Verse.
The Spider-Verse. There was a lot of visual elements they pulled from this movie almost directly. And I was thinking about it because I was thinking while I was watching this, I'm like, this movie feels like a comic book movie. And I was thinking the exact same thing when I was watching the Spider-Verse. So a lot of like very visual, just comic beats. And it's so hard to do that in a movie because so much of what comics do is manipulate time and action visually. And to be able to do that in a movie with being like something from like, the Batman in the 60s, it's quite a task. And I think they really pulled it off well.
Isaac. So I know that Josh kind of touched on it a little bit, talking about the comedy aspect of this. Having watched this originally, watching it now, do you think it got funnier? What do you think that do you think it was there was something that was going on with that style of comedy, or what was your take? I know, because I know you've watched it multiple times.
Well, it's directly just straight out of the comic book. It's the writings from the comic book. Brian Lee O'Malley did an excellent job with his comedic timing and the characterization and the quick one-liners. There was a lot of good one-liners, like where he says like, "You cocky cock." He says that, and then he says he's in lesbians with her, and there's a lot of good one-liners and funny, just quick funny things that you don't take seriously. It's just like it's showing how awkward he is, and his awkwardness is what makes it so funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to add a piece to that there's that juxtaposition between this boring, quirky, like weirdo kid from Canada who's like an epic, martial artist in this battle against the X's. It's almost like two different movies. It reminded me a little bit at times of Napoleon Dynamite. And then on the other hand, you have this stuff that's almost like Matrix kind of fighting. So it's really like two different movies going on at one time.
Learned his mad
Yeah.
fighting skills from his video game.
His video gaming, yeah, his fight revolution.
All right. Nate, this movie had a pretty there was a lot of heavy hitters in the cast. Guys that, I guess it's safe to say were pretty popular back then and, just continue to build on that popularity. 2010, had Captain America come out yet? Or was that still?
Not quite, I don't think.
Not quite. Okay, regardless. My question to you is, with such a great cast, what do you think it was about the characters? Because at the end of the day, it's not just, that it's not just on the director, but the characters also to sell this movie, and it obviously didn't sell. What do you think? Do you think there was issues there with the characters? Not necessarily the actors, but the characters themselves.
I think when you talk about, I'll get back to the characters, but I think when you talk about this movie not selling, I don't think it's the job of movies to sell themselves. I mean, this movie, it wasn't comic movies weren't the rave when this movie came out. So just sheer, nowadays, if you just put that it was from a comic, people are going to watch it just because those movies have such an influence on today's pop culture. But at this time there wasn't, and I don't think that there was a big there's a lot of money poured into the advertisement for this. I think that and if it was, like, it's still weird. It's like Napoleon Dynamite did well because it had MTV pushing it. And even though it was weird and quirky, if you liked MTV, then you would get Napoleon Dynamite shoved down your throat. This didn't have that kind of a vessel to be able to shove it down your throat. So I don't think it's any fault of the movie, because who's seen it that doesn't really like it? The only people who I know that has seen it that don't like it are those people who are like all avant-garde about the movies never being like the books, and they missed out on this little stupid detail. But anybody who just went to go watch the movie like for what it was without having the comic influence from it, they like the movie. So it's got lots of great points to it. As far as the casting goes, we've all probably, at least for me, as I was watching it, I was kind of reliving, we've all got those different exes in our lives that have their own stories. And then we're all a different ex for somebody too. So the ex that I was for every one of my previous girlfriends, I was a different guy each time, and evolving. I was the clingy one before, and I was the one who didn't pay attention to you before, and I was the one that was too busy hitting on your sister to really pay attention to you before. So we've all got so many different layers to us that, it's I think they did well. I think Patesh did well as the first one. I think I liked that she kept on iterating whenever you would say 7 ex-boyfriends, exes. Then you find out how that pays off down the road later with her experimental relationship that she had. The dynamic that he had with his roommate, he lived with a gay like super pimp player, and he'd always have the dudes coming over and stealing his sister's boyfriend, and it was just there's so many layers on this movie. It was great. My favorite scene, I want to say, and I'll say this lastly, was when Knives comes to the door looking for him, and he like jumps out the windows and takes off behind her, and it was almost like Bugs Bunny funny. It was freaking hilarious. So this movie has all the ingredients for a great movie. I just don't think they marketed it well. I don't. And even if they had marketed it well, because I don't remember seeing marketing for it. But if it was there, I don't know that it was the kind of movie that could be fairly marketed, because it was just too weird and quirky to explain to somebody who was just happened to be a passive moviegoer.
Yeah, I think personally, Edgar Wright knocked it out of the park. I think he did a beautiful job of adapting the comic and mixing it with the video game element to it. And it's really just the hero's journey. I can see, there was times where I did find him a little annoying, but you realize that he is growing. And then at the end, like one of my favorite video games is Shadow of the Colossus. And at the end, when you realize like he's the villain, it's almost like a little, it's very similar to when he realizes, oh snaps, I'm an evil ex. He admits to cheating. He admits that he's sorry. I couldn't get over the fact that, well, I did get over the fact, but it was just kind of weird. I forgot that he was 22 and he's dating a high schooler. I was like, oh, I forgot about that. But seeing him grow as a person, like I said, following that hero's journey, I think this is a very underappreciated movie, because I don't think enough people have seen it. And like I said, just watching it again, I was like, dang, normally sometimes I'll put something on and I'll be doing something else at the same time. And this one just kept grabbing my attention because there was so much detail in each scene. And there was a lot of thought from the opening credits, the Universal, to the ding, it sounded like a video game, like the intro to a video game, which was awesome. So every little detail Edgar Wright put into this, man, I feel like more people need to watch. It's one of those movies that I definitely forgot how much I loved. So Scott, lead us in. Bucket time. What are you guys giving it?
Well, I think because this movie was kind of commercial flopper. I'm not sure how much forward momentum it had in the field, but this film, it was a good time to watch. I think it was well directed. It was well acted. The storyline makes sense. It was funny at all the right parts. I can't get over how Michael Cera is sharing that basement apartment with his gay friend, and every time he wakes up in bed, there's like another dude in the bed with him. It gets ridiculous after a while. Like another guy sits up, and stop being a pussy. That's it's like what the hell is going on right now? Anyway, just because of all of those elements coming together, I'm going to give it a strong 8. Strong 8, almost a 9. Strong 8.
Okay.
See that? See what you just described, Josh, is my Comic-Con. So waking up with like 6 dudes in the bed. Liz, I'm sorry. Liz,
Hey.
Where are you at with our buckets?
It's good to get these little insights with the people that I do this show with. I like it. I liked it since the first time I saw it. I don't think I saw it in the theater. I think the first time I saw it, AJ put it on at the store, and it caught my attention. And then Eddie kept playing it a lot, so it was a lot of fun. I like it. It's funny. It's I mean, it's got everything in there, and it's what I expect from Edgar Wright. Though he's a fantastic director. And he always has these little quirky little projects that he's always working on and doing. But I give it a 9 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not a perfect movie, but it's almost there.
All right, Nate.
Okay, let's see. We talk about our ingredients, right? The pieces that it needs to be in an everlasting movie. And Josh had mentioned that this one, the biggest thing that it was lacking was the influence on future movies. And I want to posit this for our Collection Connection crew. If you remove, this movie has Captain America, Superman, Captain Marvel, and what did Mary Elizabeth Winstead play in that the Suicide Squad? Was it there was like a joke.
Ratcatcher.
It was something. But
Suicide Squad.
She was Huntress.
There we
Huntress.
go.
There
She
you
was
go.
in
See?
the birds.
Yeah,
of
the
Prey.
Birds of Prey.
I
So it
forgot
had the
about
Huntress
that.
in it. Yeah. So it had there's lots of pull on this movie. You got all those people in there. I think that maybe the movie didn't directly influence it, but it showed all these people that are
And Michael
watching this
Cera
movie.
was Lex Luthor. Oh wait, no, that wasn't him.
Not Lex.
that was Michael Cera's evolved Pokemon.
I couldn't remember his name. I kept calling him not Lex Luthor when we were talking about it.
That's George Michael from Arrested Development.
I'm gonna go with a 10 on this one for me. I always have a good time with it. I always have a good time with it. We talk about comedies being one of those ones that it's hard for you to be able to watch by yourself. But I watched this movie by myself. And I still laugh. I even know what's gonna happen, and when it happens, I still laugh. So that's great. That's a good movie to me, and it totally holds up for me. So it's a 10 bucketer for me for sure.
All right, Isaac.
What nobody's mentioning is the soundtrack. Soundtrack was perfect. Beck did a fantastic job producing this, writing the music. All those songs were great, and I was all in, dude. I bought the soundtrack to this movie. I bought the pops. I bought shirts. I love the books. I read the books before I watched the movie, and I loved the movie just as well as the books. And I also agree with Nate. This is a total 10. I've watched this movie dozens of times. When it came out on Blu-ray, I bought it. I rarely buy the Blu-rays anymore, but this one I had to own, and my wife loves it. She watches it on her free time sometimes. And when I was watching it, she just kept popping in when I was watching, and she was just like, God, I forgot how much I love this movie. And I was like, same. I love this movie. So this is probably one of my top 10 movies for sure. So
Wow.
10 out of 10.
All right, Lego.
Nice.
Let's go.
I gotta agree with everybody so far. I mean, you're all making good points. I really enjoyed it, and it's hard not to just say it's a 10. You know, I think it is. I'm kind of floating in between like an 8 and a 10. I guess it just depends on the day, but I'd go with a 10 on this, a light 10.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm right there with I'm there with you guys. Feel like this movie, everything about it. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 as well. No holes in the popcorn bucket. This is a solid 10 for me.
Hey, John also said that the Punisher was in it. Thomas
Yeah,
Jane.
he plays
I
one
forgot.
of the vegan police
He was a
officers.
vegan
That's right.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
like
those-
only in a comic book movie you could pull something off like that with them with their finger guns taking the vegan power. It just shows you how douchey the vegans are.
Right. And then when they leap out through the wall, they're like,
And they're like
"Yeah,
high-fiving. That was so good. It was so funny. And just like, damn, dude, this movie, it holds up. It definitely does.
Yes, it does. And it just makes me more upset that we never got Edgar Wright to
Ant-Man.
actually direct Ant-Man. Because even when they jump into the quantum realm, you see a lot of those same colors, like you saw here in Scott Pilgrim. So I feel like obviously his script was used, but I would have loved to have seen what he would have
were
done.
used too.
There was up.
That whole bathtub scene he shot.
Oh,
That
that's true. That's
That
right.
was
You're
his,
right.
some of those shots were still his, and they
They're
kept
still
it.
his. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, man, it's just, yeah, I don't know. I have to give it a 10. Such a phenomenal movie, and even though it's not referenced directly, you can definitely tell it had a lot of influence on what we have now. So, all right, well, there it is, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. It was a pleasure watching this, and I am going to hand over the reins to, I believe, Liz?
No, it's me, Pooh.
Oh, sorry, Isaac. I'm sorry, Liz. Maybe next time.
We'll be next time.
All right. All right, Isaac, buddy, you're going to take us away. And thank you guys very much. This was a pleasure. So all yours, Isaac.
All right. So we're gonna go into the wheel, or we're gonna wait a while and talk some shit.
And we're gonna switch over into talking shit right now. We got plenty of shit to talk about. Lots of great stuff happened this week, and we'll go into the wheel. We do need a solid end. We need an exit for the live video. So we're gonna cut that right now. Bye. Now we're live. Okay, cool. Because for those of you watching, we're going to snatch that beginning piece off. We're still going to edit it together and put it as our video. But every once in a while, some of us can be running late or whatever, and we've always filmed the late to the party before we go live and do talking shit. So sometimes if we're running late, we'll just do it live, and I'll yank it out of the stream later and put it together. It'll still be in the same edit. What's up, Josh?
Isn't Jason supposed to be next after Jose?
No,
Jason just went.
he just
Didn't
went.
he?
No, I did. Last week was Monty Python.
Oh
I
shit,
know, but
you're
we
right.
skipped you. Remember? We skipped you during
Oh,
when
yeah,
you were
During
in
your Tennessee trip.
We were
Everything's
Oh,
everything's all whacked out right now.
So Lego
Hey,
did the week in between.
Yeah.
I'll be back in
Yeah.
5 minutes to cut a cake real quick, and I'll be right back.
All
Oh,
right.
wait, here.
Bring me some.
I just didn't want Jason to be missed out. I know he has wonderful movie picks. So
Well, thank you, Josh. I appreciate that, bud.
What
I
did
mean,
we just watch from yours, Jason?
It wasn't my pick, but it was Event Horizon. Is
Oh,
the
there
one
we go.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
That was
that's the one we watched when we were in Tennessee.
I felt like the video turned out good. I don't know if the movie turned out well, but our review of it was phenomenal.
I just remember watching it when we were at our friend's house in their living room, and like Grandma
He
Donna
wants
walked
to be
by and she
invited.
stops and she just looks.
I
She
already
goes,
sent it.
what is this nonsense? I don't understand what's going on. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. You should probably just keep moseying on through the living room to the kitchen.
Move along. Move along.
That's right. And she would
These
come
aren't
back
the
out and
toys
she'd
you're looking
stop.
for.
And she's just like, keep walking back to the other room. Like, yeah, it's pretty rough.
We've got an angry drink cup joining us.
A what?
An angry drink cup.
An angry drink cup.
That's the Sheikh Shula, the Mike Ruler.
He changes
wow.
it for you.
It's fancy now. All right, let me get some questions, or let me get some topics rolling right here. You guys got anything to talk about in the meantime? How's the store going, Liz?
Looks like
It's going
coming
good.
along.
It's yeah, so we got the security system in. Tomorrow we get, wait a minute, what's tomorrow's Tuesday? Tomorrow we're getting 4 of the security gates and the windows fixed. We have our POS system we're getting, at least the software, we're getting the information on that. Wednesday we get new carpet and new linoleum in the back, like storage shipping area. And Friday, I think we're getting a slat wall delivered, and the slat wall will go up probably this weekend. And once the slat wall's up on the wall and secure, we'll probably start opening the store for us to. I think we're getting some tables because we have our back issue bins being like put together now, and all of the units, the H units and stuff, getting put together, and our counters and glass cases and all that jazz will probably be here part of it next week. But we'll be having some tables where our back issue bins are going to end up going. And we'll be unloading Dad's living room with the comics, bringing that in. It'll be fun. So it's moving along. It's getting going.
John said you're going to pull books for Whatnot tomorrow.
Oh yeah. So our first Whatnot is Friday night, I think. And then I already have about half a short white, almost a full short white for Whatnot. So that's going to happen on Friday is the first one. And I'm trying to think of what else. It seems like there's all these like little things and I can't remember all of it. Like I don't remember all the things that need to get put together and placed together. But that's kind of the gist of it. I think we'll have the store kind of like a soft opening as we're processing and putting things together. People can still come in and start their pull lists and poke around whatever we have.
Poke around.
So it'll be good. It's a lot of fun. It's my dad's super excited. We got to get my dad his rocking chair to put him out front, and so he can greet everybody.
So this is like this weekend Sunday?
He's made friends with like all of the neighbors that's in that little shopping area. Like he knows them all by name and is saying hi to all of them. And it's pretty fun.
The kind of neighbor you want.
Yeah. So dad's like the welcome wagon, the greeting guy. Yeah. So it'll be fun. I think John may have talked to Lego about maybe doing an art piece for the store.
Yep.
So there's
I
that.
agree. Big surprise.
Like how comics, like how, what do you call it? My High Comics was like that.
Like what?
Like the Mile High Comics
our
one.
windows, we've started to pick out some of the pictures that we're gonna put in the windows, because we are gonna have like those like cling things for the windows. So one of them has to be Universal Monsters, because that's my dad's like jam. So we
Nice.
found a couple of cool pieces for that, and then we found a fun DC Star Wars crossover. It's an homage to the original movie poster for Star Wars, but it's got DC and Star Wars characters on it that Alex Ross did. So that's gonna on one. And we don't know what we're gonna do with the other ones yet, but we did buy it because there's like a door when you go to the back. There's like a door that can close up. Dad ordered a Jack Nicholson from The Shining when he busts through the door. It's like a sticker that you can put up on it. So there's something there, so
That's
it
cool.
doesn't look all boring. So I'll have, yeah, good old Jackie boy staring at us, giving us that crazy look. It's just little fun things like that.
Very nice.
All right, let's see. You guys ready to talk some shit? Here we go.
How's it going, guys?
What's going on, Sanchez?
What's up?
God? Is that you?
All right, let's
I
dive in.
I just came out of watching Venom Part 2.
How was
Oh,
it?
yeah.
I had an early screening today.
What? Are you allowed to talk about it?
Oh yeah. They didn't give us no NDA or anything like that. So, yeah, I could talk about it if you guys want. I mean, I won't spoil it for you guys or anything like that. But it was nothing like the movie you guys were talking about earlier.
Oh, so it was bad.
So it wasn't good.
So it wasn't
There's
10
nothing.
bucks.
It wasn't no 10 or a 9 or a hard 8 at all.
Oh,
This thing was
Really?
like maybe a hard 4 or
Cool.
5.
That's low.
And if you're like an 8-year-old or 10-year-old, you'll love this movie. Like, love it. Other than that, there's only one good thing. It was the mid-credits scene that came out, and that was amazing. That made the
That's
entire
it?
movie.
So it's basically Green Lantern, and the very end of Green Lantern, we see Sinestro, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah. And that made the movie 10 out of 10.
The movie actually a soft number 2, but the end scene gives it a hard 4.
That last scene, the last mid-credit scene, you're gonna be like, wow. And you'll be like shocked. Then you start thinking about everything that happened on a bunch of different shows, and yeah.
So it's tying into the Marvel U.
I'm not gonna talk about anything of that. I'm just saying it's really, really good.
For 3 minutes, it's really good.
Actually, for a minute and 50 seconds, it's really good.
A minute and 50 seconds to go get excited. It's like watching a preview.
Yeah, I mean, you know, kids will love this movie. I mean, like kids like that will love the movie, but everybody else is just like whatever. So that's my review. A hard 4.
oh, that's rough. Now,
So
was it?
part 1 was better?
That wasn't the full edit though, right? There might make some changes. Did you guys fill out questionnaires and shit
Fill
like
out
that?
changes in the next 2 days?
No, that's a full edit. It's gonna come out this week.
It's coming out
Oh,
on
fuck.
Wednesday.
It's like, damn it.
It comes out on Thursday.
Yeah, it's Thursday.
So you're saying we have a chance?
No, there's no.
So is 1 better?
Yeah.
Damn. And 1 wasn't even that good either.
Yeah, it wasn't
No.
great.
Oh.
Well, here, to continue the mood of despair.
Wait. Before you do that, I just have one follow-up question. Rumor was, I saw it today anyway, that Venom is playing for the other team. It's one of Los Otros. Is that true?
No. I mean, I didn't see anything of that. I did fall asleep for like 10 minutes.
Oh,
So
there could
Maybe
have
it
been a
happened in
sword
those
fight
10
when you fell
minutes.
asleep.
That's some
They could've been a-
lightsaber duels.
there could have been a sword fight on those 10 minutes. But I didn't see anything of that.
Fight.
So I'm not lying. I did fall asleep.
That's rough.
Damn, he fell asleep. That's a Nate the Great move.
Man, falling asleep like his Monty Python.
And I start doing a little growl in my sleep. So my friend had to give me a quick elbow, like, "Yo, wake up."
Damn.
And
Did Woody Harrelson's hairpiece look good at least?
No, that looked horrible. That looked horrible. But I have to say, that Shriek girl, the character Shriek, she was all right. I mean, the way she came out, the way she looked, her powers. I actually liked that character from this movie. Carnage, the CGI, it looked all right. I mean, there were so many one-liners like that just was horrible. The story itself and just a lot of stuff like that was just pretty bad. But I mean, there was a few good things here and there, but other than that, it's not a good movie. And if James is on the chat, no, this is actually Aquaman is better than this movie. So even though I like Aquaman, it doesn't mean anything. So he talks a lot of shit that because I like Aquaman, then I might have my word is not good.
You like Aquaman?
I actually enjoyed Aquaman. That was pretty good. But yeah, besides that, it's this would be a matinee movie, or if it's free in like any.
So don't waste my money on it. Thank you.
No.
What you're saying is go see a movie you want to see, but time it so the end of your movie coincides with the ending of this movie and just accidentally walk in to see the best part of the movie.
Yes. There you go.
Or just wait for somebody to drop it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's too. Yeah, that's it. That's my review.
That's rough. All right. Who's ready to talk some shit? Lego, you're going to love this one.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
Marvel suing to keep rights to Avengers characters from copyright termination. Blockbuster lawsuits filed today will decide future ownership of characters including Iron Man and Spider-Man.
There's like a whole list of them. It's like Black Widow and Spider-Man and Cap and
yeah, they're trying to screw the creators of all of those.
There's like
characters.
10 of them.
Well, all of these creators, the thing is, all of these creators do get money for these things. They just want more.
The estates.
The estates of the family. Basically, everybody on here on this list, there's nobody who's alive that was a creator who's on the list. This is the creators died, and the children of the creators want a bigger slice.
Isn't Ditko still alive?
Ditko's still alive.
Yeah, Ditko's still alive.
Maybe he's the only one because isn't the other?
Yeah, he's the only one.
The other named family, it's like Stan Lee's and Jack Kirby's family, right? I think are the other two.
There's a pretty big list of creators actually.
Oh, okay.
Larry Lieber.
Yeah, he's still alive too.
The heirs of the comic. Let's see, Don Rico being represented. Well, here's the crazy thing about it is that the families are being represented by Mark Toberoff, who famously represented Superman creators Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster unsuccessfully.
Oh, dude, they're gonna lose.
And then the people who are representing Marvel are the lawyers who beat those other lawyers in the last case too. So this is like history repeating itself. Well, I think they should.
Lawyers trying to get lawyer money.
Yep.
Is it a situation where the creators had originally signed on the contracts and the amount of royalties that they're receiving for the characters from the films is low and the families want a bigger chunk, so they want the contracts amended? Is that what's going on?
No.
No.
So,
Go ahead.
So basically the gist of it is these guys created characters under a for-hire contract, and at the end of a certain decided upon time, those characters enter the public domain. So what would happen is all of a sudden Spider-Man, all these characters entering the public domain would really screw Marvel's or Disney's revenue stream, because you know,
And Disney already took care of that once with Mickey Mouse.
Right.
right.
It
So,
takes,
but
they have to be a
it's
lot
bigger
older
than
than
that,
they
though,
are to
dude.
get into the public domain, I believe.
Yeah, but it's bigger than that. You can't just stop at Mickey. You just can't stop at these Marvel characters, dude. It affects research. It affects different art. It affects different studies. Like it goes beyond that. When you change copyright laws like that, you're not just doing it. You know, they're doing it. The short side of it is, yeah, we're keeping our characters, but when you speak, you know, legal terms, there's a lot of stuff that gets taken away, and it's stuff that I personally think is ridiculous. Like, I feel like a lot of these characters should enter the public domain because number one, I feel like there's people out there who aren't being given a chance to write some of these characters, to publish their own work. You never know. Next badass Iron Man story could be out there, and we don't even have a chance to read it because, you know, Marvel's nitpicking who they wanted to be written by. But more than that, like I said, a bunch of universities have been stopped from doing certain types of research because they can't access documents because of when the copyright laws were changed. And this is something that's been known for a really long time. It's just we know about it because it involves Mickey Mouse and Iron Man, Spider-Man, but this goes way beyond that. And that's a problem. We just don't see it yet.
So you think that just random dudes at like a bodega in Jalisco should be able to put Spider-Man stories out there for everyone? I think that people should I don't know, it's tough, right? I mean, who's to say you can't do, there's tons of fan stories about superheroes, and they even make movies. You see those fan-made Star Wars movies on YouTube? They got fan-made Star Wars movies and superhero movies and whatnot. You can't monetize them, but the whole point's to try to make money, I suppose.
Well, Edgar Rice Burroughs is the first big writer, world developer whose stuff just went into public domain this last year. And so now there's a lot of, especially in the comic book side of things, there's a lot of small press publishers that are now doing like Tarzan. They're bringing Tarzan back and other lesser known Edgar Rice Burroughs characters that have been out there so that they can now tell the story in those world settings. And we're, you know, it's almost like a renaissance for his type of stuff. It's kind of cool, I think. And I think Robert E. Howard is the same thing. I think both of those two guys, their stuff is now hit public domain, and that's why there was a whole glut of Conan. You know, I'm trying to think. Ablaze did a whole bunch of new Conan stories because it went into public domain, and I think it's kind of cool with certain characters. But when you've built this like huge franchise type stuff around him, it's tough. But yeah, I know like what Jose was saying about being able to access certain stuff for research purposes. You know, universities can't get a hold of some of this paperwork, and because it's under contract. It's weird. We were having that problem with publishing too, like print publishing, like novels and things like that. You had to be very careful about it.
Wouldn't it remove the family's ability to monetize it as well then?
Yep. That's why they're also fighting for that, because they want, like you said earlier, they want more money on this. Marvel's trying to just cancel that, you know, trying to keep it low, you know, give them a couple pennies and, you know, be happy with it, because it was, you know, they were hired by the company, so they're saying it's part of the company.
They don't hold the families don't hold the intellectual property like rights.
No.
Is essentially saying is that
Well,
they were hired to write a character that was like this, or they went to them with that character and then they were required to do the art for it. So therefore it belongs to the parent company, not the individual writer or artist. So
That's why you see people like James Tynion and all those guys like wanting to do their own stuff because they're tired of all these companies making money off their their genius storytelling. So they're like, fuck, I'm gonna make my own thing.
That happened with a writer, a fantasy writer, Terry Goodkind. He created this whole, he was kind of on par with George R.R. Martin, creating this huge universe of things, and his novels got picked up for a TV show. And they did 2 or 3 seasons of this TV show, and then they started changing his world, and he didn't like that. So he just decided to stop writing books because they were taking his stories and they wanted his work, so they could only go so far. It wasn't like with George R.R. Martin stuff where George, Martin only had X amount of novels and they only did the movie or TV show up to that point. And then they're just like, fuck it, we'll just keep going. And, they didn't know anything beyond that. But a good kind's just like, no, I'm just not going to write anymore until the contract is up, because his contract was for only so many years. And once the contract was finished, he went back and started finishing up his storyline. That was kind of interesting. It was a big to do about that. And that's part of why Robert Jordan's family never signed on to allow anybody to do the Wheel of Time stuff in movies or television shows, is because they didn't want anybody screwing it up after he passed away and died. So his family, they were required to keep it until it was finished, until it was completely written, and the contract was written in such a way that they got to maintain control, or they got to see what it was going to happen before it was approved for TV or approved for movies and stuff like that. And that's why it's taken so long for them to actually get that TV show going. They just don't want people fucking with their shit and messing their shit up.
Well, it makes you ask the question then, well, when someone creates something, some kind of content, some kind of character or story, like, to whom does it belong? If they're under contract with the company, they're giving their own intellectual property over to the company. And so there's a part of me that thinks like, well, part of this problem lies with the creators themselves, because they didn't think to put the contracts together in such a way as to protect their intellectual property. And I'm not saying that they came into it neutral, because I'm sure the company had all the weight and the authority to make demands, and they were probably young and hungry and willing to make some sacrifices. But and then how long is something retained as intellectual property? Because Liz was talking about things like Conan and Tarzan, and you go back further than that, you got like Dracula and Frankenstein, and you can go crazy and go back to things like Hercules and the Odyssey. And at what point do these things become public domain so that anybody can use it? It's a really interesting thing to think through. And I have to admit that the one thing that kind of makes me side in favor of the families of the creators, even though I think they should have probably gone, thought ahead with some contract, is just the fact that I despise Disney, and I'd rather see them get screwed than the families have to suffer for not thinking through the contracting issues.
Well, these guys, when they were writing these, they didn't know that it was going to be what it is. I mean, if I make a certain sandwich at my work, and then all of a sudden it catches on, and then that sandwich splits off into a whole nother restaurant franchise. Like, I didn't know that me putting this meat and this cheese on this bread was going to be what the new thing comes of it. And then you can fight the company later on about it or whatnot, but you don't know.
And the sandwich is called the Great, and then when it gets to the other franchise, it's called Panera's Great.
There you go. See.
And then you're like, "Hey, fuckers! I created that sandwich." I'm like, "No, shut up, sandwich boy."
What would happen is they would call it Nate's Great Sandwich anyways, and then they would sue me for calling myself Nate. We own you.
We saw this happen real time. I know, but it's a restaurant example. That's why I bring it up. The guy that created the Doritos Locos Tacos, he got a tour of the factory. He got $1,000 for creating it, and then Taco Bell went on to make over $100 million with this. So that's it. Like,
interesting.
And wasn't Doritos created at Disneyland too? I
have no
forgot.
idea.
There's a Doritos story on how the Dorito was created, but it was like an employee made it, and they were like, "Oh, that's pretty good idea," and then they just here's $100, and now it's like a big company.
yeah, and you should have. Yeah, he should have been like the guy that created Hot Cheetos.
Please
He was a
elaborate.
janitor. Yeah, he was a janitor, and he was cleaning up. He would take bags of the cheese home, mix it with his own spices, till he finally got it right. And then when he sold it to Cheeto or Frito-Lay, whatever the company is, he didn't ask for money. He asked for a small portion of the company, like whatever amount of shares. And they said, okay. It blew up, and then he's now a chairman. So
that was a smart marketing. That was a
I
smart.
was
one.
looking up the
Because
the
he learned
years.
from the Dorito guy, and he
Like-
learns from Nate's great sandwich that you gotta fucking take care of yourself before you fucking say shit.
I was
What's
looking
up,
up
Liz?
the years for like, okay, so copyright protection generally lasts for 70 years after the death of the author. However, if the work was a work for hire, then the copyright persists for 120 years after creation, or 95 years after the first publication, whichever is shorter. For works created before 1978, the copyright duration rules are a little bit more complicated. So it has to be the maximum copyright duration for stuff before 1978 is 95 years from the date of publication. If the copyright was renewed during the 28th year following publication, the copyright is automatically renewed again. So I'm a bit confused on stuff like that, but it's like, it seems to me that
We've got another 50 years.
if they're
before this even
constantly
comes
if they're
anything.
constantly on a weekly basis creating a new comic series or a new comic book, then it seems to me that by the night, because the character was created in 1978, let's say Spider-Man.
63.
So yeah, so he was pre-1978. The maximum copyright duration is 95 years from the date of publication. But if they keep renewing it, I wonder, I'd have to let me dig in to see what renewal means, because then they could release like Amazing Fantasy 15 facsimile. Well, it's the same story, but it was published in 2020. Does it then go, is that considered a renewal and it continues? You know what I mean?
So do you
Comic
think that's
books,
why they're constantly making number ones?
it's possible. I mean, I'll dig a little deeper to see what the renewal of that actually means, because even if we're going by their works before 1978, 95 years, some of these guys still have a while to go. They're not like they're going to be expiring anytime soon.
2036 Captain America will be public domain, guys. Get
Yeah,
ready.
or work for hire. So, but if they are able to prove in court that these were considered work for hire, then it's 120 years out. So they have that for that much longer. So yeah.
I just want Disney to get screwed. That's all.
I'm with you, brother. Let's burn it.
Hey, how many of you guys have Disney Plus?
Me,
Probably all of us.
I'm not
All of
ashamed.
us.
I'm a Disney fan. I've got Disney games. I have all that stuff.
I have to, because the Marvel stuff's on there.
Oh, you have to.
Nothing.
Like
You
you got-
have to do anything. You're free to do whatever you want. So you freely give your money to Disney.
I mean, I borrowed the passwords from people, you know.
Fucking off the mouth of house.
Is that why my things keep telling me that too many people are on there? I mean, given it's my brother-in-law's, but still.
Is that Los Cheese?
It is
Yeah.
Los Cheese.
Oh,
Hey, if you
man.
guys are on the account, please don't look at Los Cheese. That's his stuff. He says this is his place.
Oh, I don't look at Los Cheese.
I don't touch any of Los Cheese's stuff.
Who
I gotta
created these
pay.
nuts?
I gotta borrow that HBO one from you,
I'm just on
Jose.
Cracker.
What's up? I think the HBO is Isaac's, isn't it?
No, it's Los Cheese.
Might be mine.
You're limited to devices, though.
That's the only one I'm on is Los Cheese.
That's all I need. I have a couple other ones that I could let people borrow, but I need the HBO one.
I got you. So now broken up more. That's $2 each in a month, Isaac. We're good.
All right. Well, here's the next topic, guys. You're gonna love this one. Josh, this one has a special place in my heart for you. So
It's Monty Python.
superheroes talking out their problems. The DC superheroes are trying something new in this preview of Justice League number 68. Hitting stores from DC Comics on Tuesday, instead of beating the crap out of each other to resolve their differences, they're going to come to an agreement through thoughtful discussion. And who said there's no ideas in comics anymore? Check out the preview below. The Justice League has some new members, and those members get a tour of the Hall of Justice from legends who helped them build it, while they learn about the people who have dedicated their lives to its higher calling. Merlin has his army of the aquatic dead have taken over Atlantis. I didn't go too deep. The article that was talking crap about this article was pretty good. So what do you think about, instead of Superman fighting Lex Luthor in his green kryptonite suit, them getting together and roasting marshmallows and singing Kumbaya by the fire?
Sounds boring as fuck. Why? Wait. So imagine, if you will, with your mind's eye, imagine watching Batman and Superman, where all they're doing is talking it out. How many of you would even give that 2 minutes of your time?
I don't know, man. I've been to a debate competition and that shit had me like, oh, dang. And they didn't have to say yo mama. Like, like they were burning each other. So I think it's a fantastic way to sell the next month's issue, where Superman and Batman are beating the shit out of each other.
I think
People
they
are gonna
should,
miss the
if they're
open.
not going to be violent, they should at least dance battle.
Breaking?
Really?
Can you imagine how fast Superman can head spin?
He breaks his own neck.
Again?
Imagine
Again.
how fast
Oh,
Come on, man.
Dang. It's too soon.
he set it up. All I did was knock it
You're
down.
talking about Christopher Reeves.
Yeah.
Man.
Who
He
else,
just popped
guy?
up. It was his birthday yesterday, I think. Christopher Reeve.
Is that why the Google icon showed him? in
That's
his
why the
picture?
Google icon showed him yesterday. I was like, why is it showing Christopher Reeve?
Was it in the chair or in the Superman outfit?
It was in
Both.
the chair. The one I saw was he was in the chair.
My favorite Christopher Reeve story is South Park.
Oh,
my
one
God,
where
that's
he
so
raised the sex
bad.
pills.
Gene Hackman. Oh God, I love that episode. And he just keeps sweet nectar.
Oh my
And he
god.
just tosses it too after he's done.
There's like a pile of them in the
Yeah.
corner.
And he's like, stronger, stronger.
So bad.
Oh, fucking South Park. So good.
Even after all these years.
John, what is the opposite of Christopher Reeve? I don't know.
Oh geez, I hope.
It's what's his name? It's Rick James after Eddie Murphy and Charlie Murphy beat his legs
Oh,
for stepping on the couch.
Fuck your couch.
He literally crawled out of there. I'll get you back, darknesses.
On the
Christopher
train.
Walk. Oh, the opposite of Christopher Reeves is Christopher Walken.
Oh.
my God.
Oh.
Oh my
Kids.
God.
Hello, Moon. Hello. The scooching.
What did I tell you kids about the scooching? Please come closer.
All right.
So what's going on here, Lego?
I thought you were doing the spray can, Lego.
Too much work.
Isn't it all work?
Dude, this conversation is too much work. I don't know, man. I was gonna do the spray can. I'm feeling pretty burned out, so I'm just gonna do something that.
It's right because you were dealing with the other Picasso in the house.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was so good. You picked
Permanent
the
marker
perfect
over
music
half.
for that video.
What
That's not
happened?
even all of it. It was, and it's a fucking mess over here right now.
Asher got into your paints, huh?
No, he got into a drawer with a Sharpies in it.
Oh.
He went to work.
In the kitchen.
He did a great
All of
job.
the cabinets, like, yeah, dude.
Dude, magic erasers are pretty good, dude.
I probably gonna have to go pick some up because I've been trying all sorts of different stuff, and
Magic erasers are glorious. They took felt tip marker out of some of my tabletops at work.
perfect.
Students go in there doing shit, and they use Sharpies on the tables, and comes right off. Well, some elbow grease, but it does come off.
Nice.
Isaac, you got any movies?
I do. Since I'm hosting and it's gonna be the start of October, I want to do only horror movies being picked. So I don't want
Nice.
anything that's not a horror movie. I'm gonna thumbs down it.
I'm scared though.
So starting with my first movie, I'm gonna do The Shining. How many picks do I get?
8.
8. Damn.
One.
I know we said we were gonna do Halloween on Halloween, but I want to throw Halloween out there already. Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead.
That's the one with Ving Rhames, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Running
that's
zombies.
also better than Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead.
Next is Friday the 13th.
OG.
Yes.
Have we not done that one?
No,
Yeah, didn't we
haven't.
do that?
No, we did
We
Nightmare on Elm
did,
Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street. We did Elm
Oh.
Street.
I was gonna say, because then I missed that week, because I actually haven't seen Friday the 13th, the first one.
We're doing next would be Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Ooh.
Candyman.
I haven't seen that. Oh.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Ooh, I love that
Oh.
one.
Now that's a great movie.
And last but not least, let's leave one more killer, Scream.
Yay!
That was a good one too.
I like Scream.
So there's my 8 movies.
Nice. Good job, Isaac. All right, let's see if we got anybody
Can I throw one out there?
No.
you can you can put one up. You can always other than his, we vote them, but what do you got?
I'm not that good at horror. I rarely watch it, but I thought this was funny. It's horror, but it's The Faculty.
Oh, that's a good one. I like The Faculty.
Never seen it.
The Simpsons did it better.
Oh
like-
yeah, I did. I thought it was okay.
Josh Hartnett.
That's with the what's his name? Joshua Jackson, right?
Yeah.
Josh Hartnett.
Oh, that's the one, Josh Hartnett.
It's like in the 90s, right? Late
Yeah.
90s it came out.
It
feel
was
like
literally
Johnson-
it came out like around the same time as Scream.
Yeah, it's around the same time. Yeah.
Famke Janssen.
Yeah.
Elijah
Oh,
Wood.
she was so amazing.
Yeah.
And it's directed by Robert Rodriguez, so that's why I picked it.
Nice.
Oh, right on.
James Lewis is saying I spit on your grave.
Oh,
Never seen.
what is that?
I'm surprised you didn't put The Exorcist on there.
And we can put The Exorcist.
Do we have to?
We
And
don't have to.
just because you had questions, we must now.
We need to
old
put
priest.
Phantasm 3 on here, baby.
No way. I couldn't get through 2. I tried.
No, Hellraiser 2. That's the one.
What about Psycho?
Hell yeah.
Those are all good. Let's
The
let the
The
That's
Anne
murder.
Heche one?
we didn't even pull all everybody's stuff
Not
off
a
of here yet.
Psycho.
What about Tango and Cash 2?
There's a horror movie if I ever saw
Oh.
one.
No!
Oh, that's a
The
scary
Omen.
That's right up there with the Omen's good. No, let's see. Let's let our people play it. Then we'll
Yeah,
see
stop.
if
Sorry.
Babadook.
Babadook is too old. I mean, too new.
Okay.
2014.
John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah.
We haven't done that.
Kurt
Good.
Russell. Yeah, dude. Heck yeah. Stop. Put your thumb up.
They already got voted in. I don't need to vote. System's rigged.
Yeah, you don't even know. I write the same movie on the wheel the whole time. Then we spin it, and you're like, "Oh man, I lost." How does Snake get his way all the time?
No, that's not true.
Ooh,
because we would have
Carrie?
never knowingly picked a Monty Python movie.
Carrie, guys.
I guess. That's because all your shit is murder porn, John. Don't even pretend.
Pretty scary.
Not.
Hausu. 124 Music says Hausu. Is Hausu old enough? I don't even know what Hausu is. Evil Dead. Stepfather.
All the Stepfather movies.
Yeah,
19
let's watch Will Wheaton and Stepfather.
House is 1977. We didn't see it last time.
House or Hausu?
It's Haus, but in English it's house.
This one says Hausu. Hausu. I think this is Korean.
Yeah,
or some
it's the
shit.
same one.
Okay.
It's the English House 1977 film. It's Korean. It's Japanese actually.
Huh.
Hey.
So yeah, I'll give that a thumbs up.
Hey, is Cabin in the Woods old enough?
Yeah, that one's old enough. Eli Roth.
I've
That
seen
one's
that.
pretty good.
13 Ghosts.
13 Ghosts.
Well, that one's cool.
That sounds cool.
Wait, Cabin in the Woods, you meant. The
Joss Whedon one?
no. Is it Josh Whedon?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it
and
is.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah. That's came out in April 13th, 2012.
Oh,
Not quite.
Really?
What
Yeah.
about
I thought it was
13
older.
Ghosts?
I like 13 Ghosts.
13 Fantasmas?
Oh, sí, ese sí está bueno.
The original with F. Murray Abraham.
Yeah.
F. Murray Abraham.
Tony
Yeah,
Shalhoub.
F that guy.
Tony Shalhoub's in that too.
What'd you call me?
Shannon Elizabeth too.
Oh,
And what's his face from Scream and
Matthew
she's
Lillard.
gonna play Shaggy. Yeah, Matthew Lillard.
you guys want to do 13 Ghosts?
Isn't
Yeah, that
Emmett
was from
Davis in that?
2001.
So yeah, it fits. At least 10 years old.
All right.
Is it
Isaac's
Emmett
got some
Davis?
classic on here. Anybody got some classics in here? The
We already
Exorcist.
did People
uh,
Under the Stairs, John.
Yeah, John. Somebody hasn't watched the movie, clown.
Evil Dead. Do we want to go backwards?
Could do the birds.
The Bird.
What about disturbing behavior?
Disturbing
Paranoia,
behavior.
paranoia. Everybody's coming to get
Get
me.
Don't
That's a
worry,
good.
whatever doesn't get picked this week, Isaac, I'll put stuff on next week. That's all horror stuff too.
That's what that isn't that the song that for that movie, right? That
Yeah.
disturbing behavior. Yeah,
That's with
Katie Holmes.
Casey from Dawson's Creek.
Yeah, Katie Holmes is on there. She was hot.
Disturbing behavior. What is that about?
Disturbing behavior.
About the like everybody's going crazy for some reason.
Yeah, they turn they turn the kids into like crazy kids, like normal kids into crazy. Yeah, it's just a crazy ass movie. It's a 90s movie, you know.
James Marsden.
What about the crazies?
Cyclops is in it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, let's do it. I'm down. Ooh, Nightbreed. I like Nightbreed.
Nightbreed. Is that a movie? I thought there was a TV show.
Let's put Salem's Lot on there.
Ooh.
Oh,
Isn't that a miniseries?
It's also a movie.
It's a movie too.
I'm down to watch it if it's like less than 17 hours. Josh, like, so he wants to go. He wants to take us to Mordor.
Amityville Horror.
Holy shit! It is a long movie. It's 3 hours. Fuck.
Hey, you did it for Endgame.
Yeah, that's Endgame, dude. I'm not looking at sitting there and listening to a damn old folks tale and shit.
We used to dance to Charleston by the soda fountain.
It's,
You know,
it's
if you
part of
look
the
past,
horror.
if you look past them mountains, that's where that boy was killed. Yes, sir.
Maximum Overdrive. Maximum Overdrive.
I mean,
Oh my god, I can't watch that movie anymore because it's stupid VHS tape of ours. Ugh, so
Isaac, Jose, Lego, Maximum
Oh.
Overdrive.
sure, why not?
Which one's that one?
Yeah, that's got Lisa Simpson in it.
Yes.
Emilio Estevez and the
Ooh.
Green Goblin semi truck
and ACDC.
and ACDC.
Yes, lots of ACDC. All right, we got 2 movies left. Nightbreed is a movie.
Oh, Leprechaun.
Leprechaun.
Blair Witch Project.
Oh,
Jeepers Creepers. Dude, Jeepers Creepers.
Keepers Creepers, yes, yes. Josh votes yes too. See, he votes yes too.
hey,
Are
what's
we-
what's that movie that that like the death is coming for you, like a bunch of shit, crazy shit happens and you die.
Final Destination.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm in for Final Destination.
Final
Those are
Destination,
dope, dude.
dope.
I hate those movies. They make me think about dying.
This is a whole wheel of death, Isaac.
No, but Final Destination's like
Hey, Final Destination is a good movie. What are you talking
It's
about?
shit
And I
that
hate
you-
horror movies.
the shit you see and you're like, damn, that is.
See,
that's
since I
fucking
like most of
nothing.
these movies, well, whatever we like pick, just leave everything on the wheel and I'll just fill in another movie for next week. We have this too.
Come up with your list. I'll keep the wheel. Come up with your list and then we'll kick things off if you like something.
See,
better.
most of my picks, I guess, for horror would be the ones that we've picked already. There might be a few,
Salem's Lot better be on
but
there.
no.
Salem's Lot.
Salem's Lot, you weirdo.
Hey, Jimmy Page is behind you.
What?
Jimmy, we
What's
got
up,
a
dude?
Jimmy Page sighting in Nate's house.
Yeah, we got Jeepers Creepers on the wheel. We got Halloween movies.
Nice.
Miles watched Jeepers Creepers. I was like, dude, this movie's really scary. He's like, that movie wasn't even scary.
I watched it by myself at like midnight. I was probably just like sleep deprived.
Coming
I
for
just
me.
finished.
Wasn't he
my
watching
sleep
movies
right now.
when we're at Las Vegas Comic Con? He was
We're-
upstairs watching Shining
He was watching The Shining and Nightmare on Elm Street by himself
while
upstairs.
we
at
were
10 years old.
downstairs gambling.
It was
How
Lego's
old?
bachelor party.
Yeah, how old was he there?
Like 10?
Damn, wild.
Yeah, he's a big dude now. All right, we got one more movie.
Oh,
I think you put a Final Destination on it.
I did. Did I? Did I? I did not. It's Final Destination.
That's why. Yeah, same, John. I will never drive behind a
Logging truck.
Oh,
either.
same here.
Anytime I see those, I go off to the right or the left. I want to be
Or
as
I drive
far
super
away from
fast.
I want to be as
Cross
far away
past
from
it.
that fucking truck as
Yeah.
possible. I am not
The
seeing one
ones
of
with,
those
like,
logs
the-
come towards me.
I
The other
drive
one is the one
directly
where it's like the
down
big
the road.
pipes and the tubing and stuff like that. When we were driving cross country, we'd get behind one of those from Josh, get around this truck now. I can't get around this truck now. I'm not going to be stuck behind something that's going to impale me.
Or when you see like a puddle of water creeping towards you. Fuck.
Oh shit! Come on.
Yeah, get away from that shit.
That's where we're at then, huh, guys? Water.
What are you doing, Jose?
He's making books ready for Whatnot tomorrow.
Oh.
I followed you guys. Man, you guys got a
What
good
up?
following on Whatnot.
What up? Tomorrow is
I-
what? Is tomorrow Tequila Tuesday again, Jose?
Fuck.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah, Tequila Tuesday removed like 70% of Jose's vocabulary for the Comic Cave video.
That's true.
I'm used to seeing it come through at 24 minutes when I get it to edit on the raw, and this shit was 14 minutes. I was like, fuck, they forgot to send me part 2. And it was just one fucking video. It was just short as hell because Jose didn't really talk.
Dude.
Yeah, so we drink with every $10 bid that we get on books. We'll take a shot.
my God, that's so good. How have
Yeah.
I missed your
So
shows?
we had people like making books get at $10 just so we'd keep drinking, and we killed the bottle. And then we got a whiskey bottle too, and we started drinking that.
We
So is your Whatnot
Hey,
show on
Isaac, don't say
Tuesdays?
we, Isaac. You're scared of drinking those damn shots.
Hey, I still drank them. I wasn't scared. I had to wake up at 5 a.m, dick. And I woke up late too. I woke up late to work. I
When
didn't
is
get to
your
work
show?
till
When's
2
the
hours
next
later.
Whatnot?
Yeah, we do them on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock or 8:30, depending on what time we're all together. And then Sundays at 8 o'clock for fun.
Hey,
stuff.
last Sunday I did when I was on there, we did good.
Yeah.
It's fun
It was
time.
fun. It was fun.
It's fun interacting with everybody and seeing people like battling for books.
I sold a lot of pops I sold that night.
You sold all your pops, guy. You didn't sell a lot. You sold them all.
Yeah.
So it's tomorrow night comics then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll watch. I think it'll be very entertaining.
Oh, it will be. I was gonna go buy a tequila bottle, but I have that. The Rock released the tequila. I have that, so we're gonna drink that cheap shit.
Oh man, I wanted something good.
The fuck?
It's not that bad though. The Rock one. I
We'll
had it.
see.
I had a couple of shots of that.
We'll see.
It's not that bad.
Isaac's gonna start doing Whatnot videos so that he can like get people to help donate pieces of their liver. This is gonna go bad.
It's only once a week. We don't do it on Sundays.
Yeah, Sundays we don't do shake shots.
Yeah, Sundays we don't do shots because
Oh,
the pops already start at $15.
Oh my god, that's gonna be so much fun. I
What
might
you
have to
drawing there,
spend some-
Lego?
Got a swamp thing coming.
Nice. I thought it was peyote.
Just a big chunk of peyote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have one.
Oh shit, you do. You son of a bitch.
What do you have? What is it? What is it? Let me see.
$2.99.
Oh, that's nice.
So funny story.
Hold
A
up.
few years ago,
Hold it back up again, Jose.
I was actually I was in the market for one of these, and I just pulled it out from one of my long boxes.
That looks good.
Yeah. Years ago, I was telling Isaac yesterday, I purchased a lot of comics from this dude on eBay. I'm talking like maybe 8-9 years ago. And he sent me some free books in a little packet. It was like 3 free books. And I'd seen it in one of my long boxes here, and I always passed it. And yesterday I finally had an itching to open the shit up and finally see. And I was like, let's see if these books are worth anything. And the first 2 were Nightwing books. And then the third one made me do a freaking double take because I couldn't believe it. And my jaw dropped because, remember, it was a free book that was included.
Oh shit, that's the variant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fallout variant.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I text these dudes immediately. I said, dude, I cannot fucking believe I had been like looking over that book this whole fucking time. It was in there. So
That's the first print?
no,
No,
second. This
second.
was the second print.
But is it what do you think it is? A 9.6, 9.8?
Dude,
9.4?
it's in freaking beautiful condition, dude. White cover.
Oh, bro, you hit the jackpot.
Dude, I see no breaks, nothing, dude, nothing. It's a beautiful copy. I couldn't believe it, dude. Honestly, I could not. I was like, what the freak? Like, I've had this thing the whole
I'm praying
time.
I'll find one of those in my box. I'm hoping somewhere in this bedroom.
Somewhere in this bedlam.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup right there.
Dude, I couldn't
It
believe
was a
it.
free book, dude. The guy gave it to him for free.
Well, remember back in the day, no one cared about that book. No one
That's what I
cared
was
about
telling
Miles
him.
Morales.
I told him that was in the 50-cent or dollar bin.
Yeah, no one
everywhere.
never cared about Miles Morales. Only the teenagers, but the older folks never cared about him. So that's why my buddy, he was able to buy 2 long boxes of the first appearances of Miles back in the day for super cheap because no one was buying them.
It's
What you're
crazy.
saying is,
Dang.
y'all fucked up.
Yeah. No, actually we did. I regret it now. I should have bought at least 4 or 5 of them.
I like that.
Right?
I like that. Look at how much a CGC one is right now.
Oof.
You
Yeah.
just had it sitting in a box, no bagging board.
Wow.
No
Oh
bagging
my
board?
god. No, I just put it in one yesterday, dude. Like I said, it was in a little pack. Like I never opened it.
He pulled a Sanchez and just bought it and stuck it in the box.
Yeah, and look what else I just found right now too.
Oh,
That's
nice.
what I used. What is it? Let me see. Oh, that's nice. Is that the Red Hood?
Yeah. First print.
Damn.
See what happens when you clean up?
Well, see, I cleaned up my room like every 5 years. I go to like one corner.
Yeah.
So, I still have one corner of this room that I haven't touched maybe for like 8-9 years. So I haven't gone to that corner of the room.
Put your hand right here. Put your hand right here. Just hold
So I'm gonna most likely find something.
I hope you do, dude.
Ooh, that's a hot one too.
Which one? Hold on.
The one that you have in your hand.
The Teen Titans Go.
No.
What's it called? What the movie that you guys were discussing at the beginning of the show? What was it?
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah. So it was O'Malley, right, that created that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was able to get a couple sketches from him for free. He was doing he back in the day when podcasts were really super hot here in Hollywood, and when Nerdist was doing a bunch of podcasts live, he was on one of them, and it was like a weird like a Tuesday or Wednesday night in Hollywood. So me and my friend ended up going, and we took a comics, and no one else did. We were the big old nerds, you know. And so yeah, after the show, nicest dude, nicest guy, and very funny. And he signed all our books, and he did a couple sketches on each of the books, and on one of my blanks. So I have a few Scott Pilgrim sketches from the original artist.
Nice. Let me get one of those.
No.
And just get one. You have two.
Hey, if that's the case, let me get one of those Spawn sketches. I think you have two.
I only have one.
All of a sudden.
Hey, Sanchez,
Mm.
you sold your crane sketch, right?
Oh yeah. I wasn't, but the dude gave me such a crazy deal.
What was it, like $1,500?
Like 1,600.
Is he still buying them?
I have no idea. I haven't spoken to him in a while.
Thank you.
He's still there. I know that dude has a lot of money because I've seen him buying a few other ones, bigger commissions than mine. That were crane.
I will.
But I was able to get like $1,600 from him for that one piece.
Oh, what happened?
It helped me out a lot. I mean, I got it for $100.
No, for sure. I got mine for like $80, I think.
You know, it was. I mean, trust me, I rarely sell any of my stuff, as you guys know. Like when it comes with art or art pages or any commissions, but when someone's giving you $1,600 right there and then they'll PayPal you at that same day with no questions asked, I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
I've been tempted to tell you to give me his freaking number for a long time, ever since you said that.
Well, let me know. I mean, I'll find his Instagram and
you know what? Yeah, you know what? Go ahead and send it over to me, dude. I'll be interested just to see what this guy's up to, anyways.
Okay.
Jose, let me get one of those bongo books.
I forgot he told me like if I send him someone to buy his way, he'll give me a finder's fee. There you go, buddy.
There you go. Yeah, I'm still betting 1,000 on my Sanchez sketches or my Sanchez books and shit because of that saga, man. The saga came out great.
Yeah, I was bored. I don't know. Some people really love that series. I read it halfway through. I was already bored out of my mind. I was like, this is not for me. I don't know what these people are talking about, but it's boring. So I was like, I was gonna sell it more than that. I was like, sure, you want it here, you can take it. There you go.
All right, are we ready, guys?
Yeah, spin that wheel.
Thing's going good. All right, cool. Ready? Carrie.
You and those dirty pillows.
What?
Well, what's the movie right next to it on the green?
Maximum Overdrive.
Ah, okay.
They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you.
Carrie's not that's not even that good of a movie.
Carrie.
Yeah.
It was critically acclaimed at its time.
I'm not. Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's young John Travolta's in that too. It's what's her face? Sissy Spacek, John Travolta, the greatest American hero.
Or the guy from House. House was good too.
House of a Thousand Corpses.
That was an interesting movie. That was kind of weird. I think it was more gory than scary.
The Nerdist is in it.
That's your boy Bill Moseley.
Why is he my boy?
He's the skeleton from Army. He's the skeleton from Army of Darkness.
Well, is he his boy though?
Because he's the skeleton from Army of Darkness.
Which one? The one that was like on a stick?
Right, like all of them.
He's the one that rides up on the horse. With that's like the only part of the movie that he does. You met him at the convention that one time.
I saw him. I don't know that I met him.
Yeah, you and Roy went up and chit-chatted with them. And that was right before you stole Kane Hodges' sign.
Kane Hodder.
Whatever.
Original Jason had a band.
Oh yeah, he's no-show booth.
No, he was there, but
he like left.
He bailed like super early on the last day of the convention, and we were just kind of like watching, and then her former boss tells me like, "Oh, do you think he's gone?" So I don't know. So I walked over to the hotel phone. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm calling for Kane Hodder. Can you patch me through?" They're like, "Oh, he's already checked out," and I'm like, "Let's go." Kane Hodder banner. Sweet.
Nice.
You still have it?
No, it was hanging up. It was
her
hanging up
boss
in the
had it.
boss's office. So it was the book publishing office.
It's funny. There's like these booths on either side, and we just come over there, and they're just like looking at us. And we just go, roll it up, and walked off with it.
Futurama #1.
That's $100 book.
Hey, Lego, did you ever finish that skateboard?
Not yet. Coming along. I've been trying to finish up the Collection Connection Villains first issue. I so far not finished it.
You want me to show that page that you sent us? Sent me, Lego?
Yeah, man. Let everybody get a little look at what we've got going so far.
All right, this is Lego's comic, starring all of our heroes that we've created. Thusly, I think we're saving what was his name? Captain C. Kyle.
What?
Josh's guy, Robert E. Lee.
Thank you. Wrong century, wrong country, dude.
Wrong monkey, wrong circus.
Yeah.
You can see the dynamite in the eyeglasses. I like it.
I thought they were bacon wrapped hot dogs.
Well, you're fucking dumb.
I thought Jose was getting a snack before he saw that dynamite. He's always eating.
No, I like how you have the close up on the fuse going down, and then we can see him going away.
Yeah.
You can see the smoke in the background. We get the point.
It's still, the page is not done. That's very, very early. Man, inking and coloring is tedious. I wrote everything while I was kind of like doing the layouts, and that was really fun. And then I kind of did like some initial line work, and that was fun and quick. And then now doing this inking and like trying to get all the colors right and like blending everything, it's like that's not the fun part for me, man. So you guys gotta support this comic so we can get a proper inker and colorist.
Yeah, I actually have some community. I'm gonna be hanging out with they're starting that drink and draw that I was doing before back in the day with Kyle and Debbie and Ross and those cats. So
Oh, cool.
might be I doubt they work for free, but I can buy them nachos or something. Maybe we'll see what's up. But it's gonna. I think it's gonna be on Wednesdays coming up, like once a month or something. So I'll let you know when it is, Lego.
Okay, cool, man.
Are you doing that Long Beach thing on Wednesdays? What day of the week are you doing that?
Yeah, so we do the online thing every Wednesday, and we do an in-person event on one Thursday of the month.
Okay.
So that'll actually be this Thursday. Is the next one.
All right, 10:56. Start wrapping it up. You guys have any last shit to talk before we sign this out?
I'm surprised nobody brought up the X-Men getting their name changed or Jessica Rabbit being covered like some sort of a perv in an alley.
Oh yeah, we could have kept on
Well,
going.
now that you brought it up and told everybody, we don't have to talk about it.
I just figured it would have bothered some of y'all since you ain't as jaded as me. I've seen this stuff coming for a long time.
Oh, for sure. The non-binary men, we'll see what happens with that in the future.
X people.
X them.
Formerly people, or just the men, the
The X mutants.
the X mutants. They used to be mutants.
Wait, what are you guys talking about? What about the X-Men?
They want to drop the men and change it to something else because it's gender specific.
Honestly, if they do that, I'm done.
We'll see.
That's one I've been pulling, even though I wasn't reading them for the longest ever. If they do it, I'm gonna that'll be my ripcord.
Big swan song.
No, but no outrage from anybody over Jessica Rabbit being covered up, huh?
I'm not surprised. I'm surprised.
No, I was asking, but I was muted.
Oh,
I was muted. I was like, wait, what the hell are you talking about? What do you mean she's being covered up?
tell them.
They're sticking her in a trench coat.
Yeah, well, in the ride, there's
She's
like
a flasher.
in the queue line, they have her covered up because there's like newspaper clippings in the queue line, so they've done that. But then in the ride, because it's based off the movie, well, she gets kidnapped by the weasels and tied up and thrown into the trunk of the taxi or the car or whatever. That scene's in the actual ride, but they've covered her up there too, or they've put like a bag on her instead of her being tied up. They've covered her in such a way that you can't see that she's tied up. I don't, yeah, like she's in a bag or she's in something. They showed a picture of it from the actual ride as to what they did. I can't remember because it's so dumb. I'm just waiting for them to change it in the movie like they did with the other Disney cartoon classics, because she's a cartoon character, so they can go back through and redigitalize or some shit like that from some anniversary edition or something.
Well, that sounds dumb.
So Josh's prediction for the Walt Disney Company, the next one to get hit is going to be Princess Jasmine, since she's from a Middle Eastern country. They're going to replace her wonderful outfit with a full-length burqa that will cover everything but her eyes. Congratulations.
I don't think they'll go that far.
It'll be a big hit in the parades.
You heard it right here from the general himself.
It's the inevitable march of the stupid history that we're in the middle of. So
Yeah, we don't want to be on the wrong side of history, right?
we're already there.
I don't understand that. I thought we were like moving towards a more like sex positive type environment. Like really weird seeing these companies take moral stands like this when they promote violence and all this other stuff, and they're still profiting off sex in many ways. So I don't really understand it.
It's a virtue signal from the place that has the worst sex corruption.
Yeah, but who are they signaling to? Who complained about Jessica Rabbit? That's what I want to know.
She's not bad. She's just drawn that way.
Yeah, she's not skinny. She's no beanpole model, that's for sure. She's voluptuous before voluptuous was a thing.
She's healthy.
All right, it's now 11 p.m., y'all. Thanks, Josh. Gave us an extra 4 minutes. Much appreciated.
Sure.
We'll see you all next Monday. Talking shit. And hey, Lego, are you going to be continuing on Twitch?
Yeah, we'll keep it rocking on here.
All right, folks. If you want to keep on rocking with Lego, then switch over to his
Nah, go over there.
Twitchy doo dah. And you want to see what's the link for that, Lego?
It's twitch.tv/SkullDudeJoe. Or you can just search SkullDudeJoe.
All right, guys. Have a great night. We'll see you next Monday.